Hey everyone, good afternoon. So we had some insane moves this morning, like right at the bell open and very close to it. So this stock that had this insane move, the move started right around 9 a.m. and it was a 30-cent stock and went all the way up to like $4, like $3.97. And if you look at the 10-second chart, let me just scroll back to 9 a.m. And I couldn't really trade this since I was busy with some of the other work that I was doing. I usually trade till 9:30, but then I had an office meeting that prevented me from staying online. But holy smokes, this move is just insane, right? So if you look at this move on the 10-second chart, so it starts moving right around 9 a.m. It has this news of it partnering with 3i Technologies to expand industrial mobility solutions for Apple-based frontline partnership, so and so. And you can see our AI-assisted reasoning model gave it a bullish indicator. And then, holy smokes, it keeps going to 47, 50 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents, and then it does a little micro pullback and then goes straight up to 76 cents and then keeps going up and up and up and goes till $1.13. Does a little micro pullback and then holds this level and then all of a sudden shoots up from $1 to $3.97 in one single 10-second candle. That is insane. So anybody who caught that move, congrats to them. And then has this nasty pullback. So if anybody bought it at like 360, I mean, God help them, because it eventually did, touch $2.60. But then this drop was insane. The move was insane. So, I just missed the whole move. And then it kind of like tapered off around $2.80. And then into the open, it tried to go up and then got slammed down into a halt and then opened up about 15 minutes later, 10 minutes later. It was a 10-minute halt and then opens at 211, then halts down again and opens around $1.82. And now it is back at $2.07. But holy smokes, that move was insane, right? Now, for those people who missed the move and were like, for whatever reason, maybe they were busy at work, they had stepped away. It all happened so fast. If you want to trade it, so Apex Scanner has this cool new feature, which is called Apex Replay. So you have to go to the scanner and then you have your replay section and you can click on open replay. And this move started around 9 a.m. So you can just adjust your replay seeker to, let's say, 9, and then you just hit start replay. And this will open up the whole workbook. And you can, pretty much start looking at the movers at the time. And you can see that the top movers were, at this point of time, JWEL, it still was holding this $5 mark after the impressive move it did from $3 all the way to $6. And it was holding. So, the time right now in the morning was 9 o'clock. And we know that the move on this started on SCKT right around, let me go back. So the move started at 9:02, right? So let's just wait and let's see as soon as we get, the ping starting on the Apex acceleration and the momentum picks up for SCKT. So you will see SCKT is not on the scanner. So this is the same day. It is from today. The Apex replay allows you to basically trade tick by tick of any moves that you probably messed up, or you just missed the whole move and you want to see how the market was trading at the time. You can see the time and sales going through live. You can see the order book, which is also available. But this was just an insane move, right? Just an insane move. So this is the real desk. No, this is the replay. You can tell it's a replay because you have this little, seek bar and the purple replay seek bar along with the replay, the text at the bottom. So let's just wait. And it's around 9 in the morning, about a minute and a half past 9. So let's just wait for the SCKT to show up on the scanners. Insane move, honestly. Like I've seen my share. I've also seen stocks that go from $1 to $14. This was quite a similar to move, 1,000% in less than 10 minutes. Like if you look at the 1 minute chart, it started at 9:02, and then by the time it was 9:08, the move was over. So that's the insane move we're talking about. So there we go. That's the first SCKT. It's starting. So you have your first SCKT. There's the news on it. Immediately was picked up, and it's starting to move now. Is it 45? We are still looking at the volume coming in. Still looking at the volume coming in. Let's get rid of the auto follow. And then it's around 9.2. So the volume is starting to peak. So there you go. SCKT is showing that it's starting to move. And it went from 40 cents to 43 cents. And it's going to keep going higher. It went from 44 cents to 48.50 cents. A lot of people probably did not even look at this because it was a penny stock. And then it went to 54 cents, 55 cents. Still not an impressive move yet, but we know that we have already seen it in the live market hours, how it traded. So it goes to 62 cents to 63 cents. So from 40 cents to 63 cents is by itself about a 50% move. You can see that it's on the high of the apex attention over here. It's got a float of 5.7 million. It goes to 70 cents. Then pulls back from 70 cents all the way back to 63 cents. You can see all the attention is currently on SCKT. So for me, if I have to enter, I would have probably entered right here because it reclaimed, and I am live in there at 0.73. .76. It is holding, which is a good sign. And there is a big short taking a position around here, which is around 0.76, 0.78, 0.79, 0.81. There's SCKT again, pinging on the scanner, saying, hey, bringing attention 0.89. This is the place where I would wait, honestly, for it to pretty much, pull back a little. I don't think we're getting a pullback here. It is holding, so I'm going to get in again. 0.9, 0.93, 0.96, 0.97. I'm going to sell and pretty much get out on the whole position. If I'm trading it live, this is how I would be trading. There it goes. Oh my goodness. Look at the move. Now I'll wait for it to come down to 0.96 before I get into a trade again. Will it give me an opportunity to do that? There it is. Okay, I'm in at 0.99. It's not holding. Okay, it's going about 1. It's holding. It's holding. Okay, I'm going to get back in again. So it's at 1 point. I'm in at 0.98. It's holding 1, 102, 104, 105. I'd probably sell half here because I'd not be comfortable holding it. And then I would probably get in again over here. Yeah, because it is holding. I'm in at 0.99. It is holding 0.99, so I'm expecting to sell it at around 1.1, 1.2. It is holding, which is a good sign. So I'd be selling here if I was trading realistically. The reason why I would probably sell it there, look at that go. Look at that go, 1.22. I'd probably sell some more there. Now since it is still holding, I'd probably get into a position at around 1.1. But I know it's not going to give me an opportunity because it's going to do that. That was just insane. That was totally insane. And it's back under 1.5. Anything under around 1.3, I'd be willing to take a trade again. There we go. I'd be willing to take a trade around 1.3. Did not missed on the entry there. Okay, I'll get in at 1.46. Okay, I'll sell around 1.53, 1.55. That was just an insane move. So for the folks who did not catch it in the morning, so the Apex replay allows you to kind of like look at the market the way it was in the morning and trade it. So you will see that I made 5,000 so and so dollars, and I don't trade with larger positions. If you look at my position, I had bought 1,500 shares at around $1, and I made $5,000. This is of course like simulated money. You're trading on a simulator on a replay. For those people who missed the move, you'd be able to like relive, retrade the whole, the market during the day as the move happened. If you made a mistake, like for example, you bought it while it was spiking up, probably use, the shortcut keys and it filled you really high. So this gives you an opportunity to look back, review, and check if you actually made any mistakes, if you could have done anything different. Okay, so this breached 2, and now it's going to pull back. So I'd be interested in getting back in at around 1.8. There we go. I'm in at 1.90, a little higher than I would have wanted to, but I'm just trying to like sell it around 1.2, 1.92. So sold it there. 700, basically 700 shares, 10 cents, $70. Now it is holding 2.1, 2.2 convincingly. So anything which is a dip under 2, I'd be interested in it. The only problem is for me, this is a 5-minute candle and it is about to close in about 30 seconds. And I would want to see where the new candle is going to start. So I generally don't trade the first 1 minute of a 5-minute candle. I want to see if it's going to make a low or if it is going to breach and go higher, right? So that was just an insane move. Within a split second, it went from $1 to $4. Holy smokes. So this is the reason why when you're day trading, it is better to day trade small caps because there is an opportunity to make more money with fewer shares. But also small caps trading is super risky. So you might want to cap your risk by first practicing in a simulator, checking if you guys are actually profitable before you jump on with real money. Because although the rewards are high, the risk is also really high when it comes to small cap trading. So first practice in a simulator, see if you guys are profitable, and only if you're profitable in a simulator should you try and enter with real money. Now for this trade that I've taken, I've had probably 2-3 entries here. I'll just take one more entry because I want to show you how it shows up in the journal. Even though I want to take one more trade, I want to trade to be profitable. So it is showing some strength, but I want to take it on a pullback. So it is at 2.3, 2.34. The entry at 1.91, 1.9 would have been perfect. But then I was looking at something and missed that entry. But the target right now is 2.64 to 3. So that's the target. So you know what? It's holding. So anything under 2.3, I'll take an entry there. That's not good. I'm in at 2.30. So I'll get out because I did not like what it did there. There was a sudden drop. So this is also another thing about day trading, where once you enter a position, if the position does not look favorable to your entry, you get out. The next bounce you get is possibly the only bounce you get. So cut your losses. Does not matter if the stock is going to go, let's say, to $5 once you exit. It's all about, making a judgment call in terms of, hey, I am going to enter the position because it looks favorable to me. But if the stock is not doing what it's supposed to, and if I'm losing money, I'm going to get out. So that's the whole idea behind day trading. you cut your risk. You take calculated risk, and if the position or the trade you're taken is not going in your favor, you get out. So because every trade you take, you don't have to win. So that is one mindset that you need to get into. You don't win every single trade. But what you can do is you can manage your risk by cutting the losses if you see the trade is not going in your favor as soon as you can. And then if there is a winner, you got to let it run. And every time you're trading, this move is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You're not going to get this move every other day, every single day. And even if you get it on the day you're trading, it is very unlikely that you were there in this candle. Nobody could have thought, because this volume on this candle is not abnormally high. It's still a million shares that have been traded on this candle. But still, in terms of the price movement, the price moved up almost 400% just in that one single 10-second candle, right? So if you caught this move, I mean, you're one of the lucky ones. You'll probably have a trade like this maybe 1 or 2 times in your whole life. What you're looking to do is make small, base hits, catch those 10 cents, 5 cents. With 1,000 shares, 5 cents is $50, right? That is 5 hours of someone who is working at the minimum wage. And you are able to buy 1,000 shares in a small cap, which you'll not be able to do with when you're trading stocks like Tesla or Nvidia. You won't be able to day trade those. These are the stocks that are, which allow you to day trade and which allow you to make money with a smaller account. And these are the only stocks which will allow you to grow your smaller account. With those, the people who engage in large cap, day trading, I've tried those, but those tend to be a little tricky, and I've seen that, they're prone to manipulation. With this, you can judge based on the volume profile, and you can safely predict if the stock is going to make that $15, 15 cent, 20 cent move. And I hyper scalp. I get in on the dips, I sell on the pops. Like, for example, if you had bought, let's say 500 shares at 220 and you sold them at around 250, so that's 30 cents on 500 shares, which is $150, right? So you have the chance to make money with small caps that trade like this, but you won't be able to do the same with the large caps. So yeah, that was the feature of the replay. Let me take one more trade just to demonstrate. I'll probably lose money if I get in here because it's going to have a nasty drop there. I'm in at 218. I'm going to sell it at 230, and I'll show you in terms of the metrics where you can track it. Go back to your the dashboard, and here you have your journal. Open the journal and select replay at the top. And once you select replay at the top, here you'll be able to see all the trades I've taken. I've taken six trades, and on each of the trades you can see how much profit I made, and you can also see how many shares I bought, how many I sold on each of those entries and exits. And here you'll be able to see how many cents you managed to make in each of those entries and exits. For example, in this, I managed to make 94 cents. That's all I did. I did not catch the whole move. I just managed to, get 94 cents out of it. And in terms of the percentage per share, I made 100% on the share, right? And all the stocks that I've traded are SCKT, so these metrics don't really make a lot of sense. But for example, if I went back to the replay desk and let's say I wanted to trade JWEL, right? So right now it's on a downtick. So you know what? I'm going to get in over here at 3.93 and I'm going to sell it at around 3.97, 3.98. And if I go back to my metrics, go to the dashboard again, and go back here. So you will see now I also have Jewel, and you'd also be able to see JWEL listed here. And it shows like it's a very small, in terms of the number of trades, I took 6 trades on SCKT, I took 1 trade on Jewel, and I made most of my trade allocations on SCKT because of the number of trades. But in terms of the volumes and the profits, in terms of the profits, you can barely say, JWEL. That's because most of my profit came from SCKT, which was about $5,000. And you'll be able to see the different stocks you've traded. And the other cool thing is you'd be able to click on the symbol and you'd be able to see your entries and exits. So for example, with SCKT, I made my first entry here at 0.73, and then I added over here. Then I sold some at the top. Then I added some at the bottom, sold some at the top. then added some more here, sold some over here, and then I sold some over here. Then I added some over here, sold some over here. So this gives you, in terms of, you also have the supports like the 9 EMA, the VWAP, and the 20 EMA plotted. You can select what charts you're looking at, and you'll be able to see and compare your entries with respect to the support. So that's a cool, neat feature of Apex Replay. You will be able to, view the Apex Replay immediately. It probably lags the market by about a minute. So if you have made a mistake, you can just go back, review, and relive that very moment and see if you're actually profitable. So for example, today is 10th of August. So the replay is available from 4 a.m. up until, let's see, close to 3:25. So it's a minute behind. So any duration between 4 a.m. to 3:25, you'd be able to relive and trade those. You'll also see other days that you can trade, and it'll automatically, once you click on, you can end this particular replay and start a new one. Let me end this, and I will be able to start a replay, and I can open the desk the way it was on August 4th and practice with it. So that's some cool features. Now, how do you access it? Now, in terms of the plans, we have our Pro Plus, Pro, Scanner. You can go through them, but for the first 1 month, this is completely free. You don't have to even give your credit card or debit card details. Just enter, start trading, and that's pretty much it. And if you go to the live trading desk over here, you can, search by SCKT, and you will be able to see when was the first signal that was fired. For SCKT, the first signal was fired at 0.45, and then at 0.75, and then at 1.10. So these 16x is basically telling you, hey, you know what? The signal is started and the stock is climbing up again and again. So you will see this on the top, and you will see it at every time it dips and then starts moving up again. You will have a signal for SCKT. So all through the life cycle, you will see the scanner gives some of the earliest alerts for the symbols that start moving. And so try it out for a month. If you like it, you can enroll into any of these plans. So get some practice. So that's what I'd like to say. Every time you're getting into small caps, get some practice before you put in real money. And if you're a seasoned trader, this is still super helpful. This is a scanner, this is a simulator, and you also get the cool replay, and you also get a journal with in-depth analysis that you can do, where you can dig into, I actually did trade in the morning, but I was not available for the SCKT trade. So if I look at the trades I've taken, I took 27 trades this morning, and you can see the symbols I've traded was JWEL, YAUD, YMT, and XHLT. I don't have any losers, which is a little odd, because if you're trading, trust me, you will have losers. But the idea with trading and day trading is to keep those losers small, right? Now with JWEL, I have 13 trades, so I can look at all my trades. So you will see I'm a scalper. I'll get in and I will sell. I'll take the lows, sell the pops, take the lows, sell the pops. That's how I trade, and you'll see all my entries. And if you trade with this, automatically these would be shown up, and you can look on the actual chart how these entries panned out, how your exits panned out. So, and then if I look on all the symbols again, you will see all the metrics populated here, and you'll also see in terms of the volume allocation and also the trade allocation, what were the different stocks that you traded and how much money or profits you made from them, how many trades of yours were winning, how many were losing on each of the symbols, and on each exit, how much money you made. So if you look at my exits, all of my exits are about $42, $18, $21. So I scalp. I basically accumulate money as I trade through the day. And this is the holding time. As you can see, my holding time is less than a minute. There was only one instance where I actually held a trade for more than a minute and 23 seconds. And the number of shares I purchased over here, all of these details will be visible. So if you like what you see, try it out. Just sign up for a 30-day free, completely free access, and see how you like it. All right, guys, that was a short review I wanted to give with the Apex Replay feature of the trades I missed in today's morning market. I'll see you again tomorrow.